on a Saturday night in December last year, Grace Millane went back with the defendant to his apartment. She died there. A couple of days later, the defendant buried her body on Scenic Drive out in the Waitakeris. None of this is in dispute. What is in dispute is how she died. And that's what you're here to consider. But of course it's what happened inside the room that counts. He put sustained pressure on her neck, to the point where blood was coming from her nose. In the early hours of that morning, before the trip out to the Waitakere Ranges to bury Ms. Millane, Mr. has searched pornographic websites, he's taken photos of Ms. Millane's, he's flipped back to watching more pornography, he's confirmed a date with another woman, he's gone shopping for a suitcase and the necessary cleaning products, and he's attempted to clean up the mess in his apartment and gone back to the supermarket for a rug doctor so he could complete the task. And of course he's put Ms. Millane's body in a suitcase.
There's some punga trees all the way around. It's native bush, and to me it looked like they'd been broken off and placed on top of an area, and they were piled on there haphazardly. The soil was excavated from the scene. You can see the back of the base structure of that suitcase.
At that point, pathologist Dr. Simon Stables arrived and briefly examined the suitcase.
How did Dr. Stables briefly examine that suitcase?
He opened it up and had a look inside, and he confirmed that there were human remains inside the suitcase.
Did you observe that yourself, or was that not apparent to you?
I saw part of it, yes.
The defence says to you, members of the jury, this is not a murder, but an accident that occurred during consensual sexual activity as part of casual sex between two people who were intoxicated. It developed into activities that can carry some risk if not done properly. But I say to you this, the issue is that the post-death conduct is unlikely to tell you much about the earlier circumstances of her death, and much less still about what Mr. was thinking and trying to do when the death occurred. Mr. accepts that his actions did cause Ms. Millane's death. However, the defence raises an issue about the role that alcohol and intoxication may have played in that death. The defence says that these actions were part of sexual activities that they were doing together and were in no way intended to cause any harm to her. This is not a murder. The post-death conduct is unlikely to help you much, members of the jury, in determining the critical issue of what Mr. was thinking when he put his hands around Ms. Millane's throat that night. That is because those actions, now accepted and regretted, are consistent with panic as anything else.